guys, this is Hbkgrand and we're here with some great news. A lot of updates coming in, so I just wanted to share that information with you and let's get down to it. So let's get into the details. So the season update is here and we have a huge announcements from the devs, and next week we'll be seeing our first season. So there's a lot to kind of go into. We're just like figuring out like the Karel's Legion had retreated and they're coming back with more tactical weapons. So there's like more weapons coming in, just like we know, and most likely that could be part of the battle pass, or it could be like you getting through the other missions. So with the first Descendant Season 1 invasion features a new episode along with the invasion events. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, when you press the escape bar, there's a menu where it shows you kind of like your challenges, and then there is a menu that says events. So I was thinking that something like that would be coming into the game at some point, so I guess that's going to be in Season 1. So we're getting a new Descendant Hailey, which was kind of part of the sexy trailer everybody probably saw, so it was pretty cool to watch. And then we are getting the ultimate Freyna, and this is where I say to everybody, like, for example, if you see that like there is an ultimate variant of the regular Descendants, then just wait until you get the ultimate and make a proper build on them versus trying to get into something else. Then the ultimate weapons, new intercept battle, so we're getting another boss, and a season exclusive progression system called Inversion Reinforcement. So the invasion will be released throughout 3 updates. So starting, the first one will be 29th of August, offering a variety of content with new challenging and rewards, just like we kind of like were seeing in the seasonal challenge events. The first Descendant is planning to provide a seasonal update, and invasion is the first step of this journey. We'll explore the secrets of the Descendants and unravel the story of Ingress as we journey through the seasons. You will discover new weapons, new Descendants, and will join the war, and the Descendants will become more powerful. Of course, the season will progress in a way that preserves the progression of your Descendants and your collectibles. So I'm guessing like it's not just Hailey we're getting, so we're probably going to be like another Descendants along the way, or I don't know, like we're going to be getting 1 or 2 or more. Next up is the Karel's new weapon. So Karel has prepared a new tactical weapon for revenge. This tactical weapon, forged from the Ancestors' technology discovered by Amon, is the Vulgus Legion's new strategy against the Descendants. So we gotta prepare ourselves, guys. Next up, in a nutshell, you have basically these hard infiltration operation dungeons. So it's gonna be like event based, and how that's gonna work is where you basically used to go for your infiltration operations, you can also select invasions. So there will be twice per day for each dungeon, so there might be a rotation coming in, or it might be like the same area in the beginning half of the update and then the new one coming up later. So we'll know as things kind of like unfold. The dungeon will put like people up to their skills. Like it's kind of good to have like a difficult content, whereas these dungeons are solo challenges that feature different routes, puzzles, and strategies from the normal dungeon. So there will be like some sort of mechanics to kind of like get a grasp of. Next up, we have the new Descendant, Hailey Scott. So she is once a guerrilla unit supply soldier who gained fame as a legendary sniper, maybe giving Sharon her run for the money. Hailey is now the newest member of the Descendant Corps. Not only she can take out enemies from a distance with her anti-material sniper cannon, she can also rapidly decrease her body temperature to spew chill when emotions run high. Emotion based, like she likes Storm. While Hailey is the admirer of Riessa, who can manipulate chill at will, and is as cold-blooded sniper on the battlefield, she's also a warm-hearted hero who loves to make snow crystals and bring smiles to children's faces. So her first ability is called Cryo Rounds. Instantly fires a cryo round that automatically tracks the enemy, deals damage, and inflicts cryo, which deals additional damage along with Hailey's firearm damage. It looks pretty cool. Like I would say like Cryo Pen would have been funny or cool at the same time, because if you notice, like that looks kind of fun. Second ability is Storm Snare. Fires a freezing beam that unleashes a chill vortex around you and knocks back enemies. Inflicts cryo on enemies that take damage. Looks cool and all, but like I don't know, like, you know, you won't have usually enemies standing still. They're always rushing at you, so don't know how long the animation will be. Her third ability is called Cold Fury. Hailey's movement speed gradually decreases, but her firearm and skill critical hit rate and firearm penetration all increase significantly. That will kind of like go hand in hand with a couple of builds that I have in mind. That would be really good. And lastly, it's called Zenith, her fourth ability, which replaces Hailey's weapon with her unique weapon, Anti-Material Sniper Cannon. Penetration of the Anti-Material Sniper Cannon and firearm attack greatly increases and deal additional chill skill damage. Recovers MP upon successful attacking weak points and decrease the cooldown the more bullets you have remaining when the skill ends. Maybe finally people would have like a decent one-shot build for certain bosses, I guess. Like that would be pretty cool, because weak points usually are really good against the Colossus. Next up, this update is kind of like taking the whole idea to the next level of building. Like, I mean, it was already like 8 catalysts and Reactor as much as we were talking about, but now it's going to another level in terms of like how people want to make their builds. So the inversion reinforcer for season progression. Like, so basically in a nutshell, the Descendants can now gain new abilities through the inversion reinforcer. So you can actually get Hunt, which improves the Descendants basic stats. You could get Attribute, which improves the Descendants attribute resistance. Recovery, which obviously improves the Descendants recovery. Survival receives a defense buff that activates under certain conditions. And then Season, which would like be a seasonal kind of buff that you kind of get, receive an effect that is useful for invasion dungeons. So kind of like what we discussed, these Iron Heart particles you can get by invading the dungeons in the hard difficulty and get these seasonal perks. Once that like the season has passed, I guess like new perks will be coming in, and then what you unlock, you can unlock up to like 3, I believe right here it says, like you can utilize up to 3 selected effects and 5 collection effects from each line in battle. So that'd be a pretty cool setup for builds. Like I think like now we're kind of diversifying the way we want to play certain missions. I mean, it was kind of straightforward to begin with, like you have different builds for different things to do, but now it will kind of dive into further more into that. Next up, we have the Freyna's Awakening. So the ultimate Freyna, I was waiting for it. I think like everybody kind of like wanted to get into it. Seen so many friends of mine, so many people that I played with that like they're like, should we put Catalyst in Freyna? Should we put this? Like, and I was like skeptical, but to be honest, like I ended up putting like 3 or 4 Catalyst and the Reactor. But now just to see that we're getting the ultimate one just proves the point that, you know, like you want to kind of like just work with the ultimates until like the new ultimates are coming in. But I mean, those catalysts were well spent, so I'm not gonna deny here that like it wasn't good. She kind of gives me the vibe of Saren for Warframe. So I don't know if you guys have played Warframe, but like there's Saren and she has that vibe to her. But obviously, like, you know, she is Freyna, so you can't mess with Freyna. So still trapped in the day of the Room Zero incident, Freyna's trauma has stopped her time. In Season 1, we follow the story of Freyna, who continues to grieve alone in this Descendants exclusive story. Amazing. I love the fact that we're starting to get into Descendant stories. Future Ultimate Descendants will be added with the seasonal updates. Oh, that's pretty cool to know. So now you can kind of like look forward to each season getting a new Ultimate Descendant. That's actually fairly better than trying to work with so many ultimate descendants or worry about like what's going on. But we'll start to see a pattern. Like, and one of the coolest things I would like to know is like, do we start getting the descendant stories as well for the ones that are not there yet, or what's gonna happen? So that'll be a big question mark and a cool one. This is giving me that sleeper simulant vibes. I don't know, Destiny reference again. Kind of like a similar picture to that, just different color schemes, I guess. Then we have Frostwatcher, acquirable through gameplay. This scout rifle reduces the enemy's chill resistance and increases your chill skill damage. Probably gonna go well with Hailey. Each time you hit the enemy at long range, it's a perfect weapon for VSL or Hailey, like I said, who use the chill attribute. So kind of like we're kind of getting into like exclusive weapons for the Descendants as well. So that's kind of cool. The looming threat over Ingress, Death Stalker intercept battle. So the new Colossi still threaten Ingress from behind the dimensional wall, and it's time to meet the most powerful Colossus of Season 1, the Death Stalker. And then we get the fight. Highest difficulty infiltration operation and ETA. It's a proving ground to test and polish your optimized builds from a team or challenge yourself to more difficult infiltration operations in public matchmaking. Prove the strength of the Descendants and acquire loot that can be only obtained in more difficult infiltration operations. As long as the percentages for the drops go up, I'm down to do that. Along with this, a mysterious merchant ETA 0 visits Albion. Every time he visits, he shows up with a variety of products that can be purchased with exclusive currency, which you can buy stuff from, like different products, since he visits Albion with blueprints for Descendants and ultimate weapons and occasionally hard to find consumables. Don't miss out. So I guess it's like Zur or Reactor, so we'll see. Now, Season 1 Invasion update schedule. So again, the August 29th, we're getting the first update. In that, we will have the Hailey new and her skins, Invasion Dungeon, Inversion Reinforcement, so we get it right off the bat, and then Invasion Season Battle Pass as well for the ultimate weapon, Excava. Then September 26th is the second update. That's where we get the new Intercept Battle, ultimate weapon, Frostwatcher, and then the new ultimate skin and Descendant exclusive spawn effects. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then October 30th, third update. Oh my god, the best one is for like last, I guess. The ultimate Freyna and her exclusive story. And then you get the modification modules for her, Hailey, as well as like new ultimate modules coming in. And that's gonna be enticing because I just hope like we get that settings update where like we could kind of like manage a bit more. It would help like along the way to like building like better builds or have more variety. And then we have the ETA 0. Some additional improvements which will be applied to Season 1. Oh my god, this is one of the best upgrades or improvements they could have made. This is really godsend. So the Void Fragment and Fusion Reactors. So it has been improved so that playing Void Fragments once on hard difficulty now grants enough Void Shards to use the Fusion Reactor once. Like, this is just insane. Like, this news itself can carry the whole season, to be honest, because trying to kind of manage between one Void Shard requiring like 30 and the other one like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, whatever, it was just insane. Like, you have to do one like 4 times, the other one like 1 time to actually just make it make sense. Consequently, the amount of Void Shards rewarded in special operations has also been increased. So that's pretty good actually, because I was farming those operations non-stop for like those morph materials, and it would be good to just get them on the side as well. Additionally, Void Shards required for the Fusion Reactor have been consolidated into a single type. Oh my god, that is amazing. Now the same type of Void Shards will drop from both Void Fragments and the Fusion Reactor within the same battlefield. This change enhances the convenience of farming Void Shards and optimizes the monster placement for representative Void Fragments of each attribute. Oh my god, that is amazing. Like, so literally you could just farm right there, go right there. That's like how it's going to be done. I mean, in a way it's going to get less grindy, but it's just that like and you don't have to go through certain steps to actually achieve that, but we'll see like how it unfolds, because this will actually give people the opportunity to open more morphs. So the grind actually is reduced for sure over this, but depends if we are losing the percentage of the drop rates. So let's see if there are any updates regarding that. Hard infiltration operation improvements. As previously announced, random options will be replaced with preset selections. The preset offers 3 options: 0%, 125%, and 250%. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you can get like 3 options and that's it. That's gonna be really good. Obviously people are gonna go for 250, but I just hope there's no grappling and like disabled burst. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be there. And descendants who choose the same preset can play together in public match. Wow, that is a phenomenal update, because you're always struggling with some groups on matchmaking, like especially for like some of the harder infiltration missions, where like you're like, you know, if I had somebody with me, I'll feel comfortable. This is just insane. In addition, to prevent the number of types of matchmaking pool from growing indiscriminately, descendants who select the same infiltration operation will now be matched together regardless of their selected rewards. Instead, the global effects that were applied based on the selected rewards will be removed. That's interesting. Lastly, the time occupation mission will be removed from hard infiltration operations and replaced with extermination battle, where the time can be reduced based on the descendant skill. Wow, that's not bad actually. Socket type saving feature improvement. Now, once you assign a socket type, the socket type granted to the slot is permanently saved. So you can easily change it to the previously granted socket type at any time. For example, if a descendant changes an Almandine socket to a Malachite socket, you can easily choose between Almandine and Malachite in that socket afterwards. Wow, so you can like double socket it and then just change it to your will. That's pretty cool. Additionally, the socket type applied to the loadout setting 1 can also be used for setting 2 and 3 as well, allowing you to grant multiple socket types only to the slots that require multiple sockets types depending on your build. Finally, so this is what I was talking about earlier with new modules coming in, you know, like you want to have like a different setups and builds. Okay, so that's happening, so that's pretty good. Descendant balance adjustment. Jaber's turret has been improved to apply stats such as skill power modifier and additional attack. Amazing that Jaber has been really good and will be able to enhance by descendant modules. Additionally, Jaber's turret sync skill has been adjusted to apply to the turret Jaber has summoned. And if the turret engineering modification module is equipped, the summoned turret has been improved to create an area. Oh, that is pretty cool. Blairs. So I've not seen a lot of people use Blair. A lot of people have like given him lower rankings versus like other like Lepic and all that, like who can use the fire skill. So, but hopefully, let's see like what the update is. So Pitmaster skill has been improved to have a more enhanced effect based on the number of flame zones. The duration of the blaze up skill has been increased and the MP cost has been reduced. That was one of the major issues with Blair, like the MP just bleeds out so fast. When using the extinguish skill, the flame zone will no longer be retrieved. Instead, the taste of aggression effect will stack based on the number of flame zones. That's interesting, so the build can kind of change here. The damage of the burn taste skill has been increased, and a skill button input feature has been added to allow cancelling the skill mid-use. Additionally, the max stack of the incendiary bomb modification module has been increased, and the performance of the deadly cuisine skill has been enhanced when the classic chef modification module is equipped. So maybe that could kind of buff him up to a higher rank status amongst the other descendants. Ajax is Ajax, friendly Ajax. Always somewhere, if there's an Ajax in your team, you're like most likely to survive that mission if it's very difficult. So Orbital Barrier and Hypercube skills are now affected by attribute resistance. Whoa, that just changes the dynamic of that, so making them stronger. The Body Enhancement Modification module increases HP, defense, and shield when using these skills. Void energy will always recover to 100%. That's pretty cool. Allowing the use of enhanced skill more often. Additionally, the Void Charge Modification module will allow the Void Walk skill to be stacked, and the Void Walk and Expulsion skills have been modified to increase damage based on defense. So the higher the defense, okay, that's pretty cool. When using the enhanced skill, the cooldown will now reset. Oh my god, that's some good adjustment builds that you could kind of pull off from here. And finally, we have various UX improvements. So first, a feature to designate random options has been added to the external components, junk filter and reactor. That'd be cool to know, because if we can like designate like, okay, we don't want like Colossus items to be in the junk, most of the time we are able to select, or let's see what happens. Dismantling items in combat is now available. Oh, that's pretty cool to know. Most of the time you're stuck in like some mission and you're like keep on picking so many items, especially in like the long defense missions or operations. So the shapes displayed to show you preferred item attachments can now be designated using a variety of shapes, enabling you to manage them with different shapes according to their uses. That is pretty cool. A favorite feature has been added to the research menu, and the acquisition information of the applied item will now be shown on the map. Wow. Like, that is a really good update for that one. Other updates include additional improvements to the icon information display that was included in the version 1.07, a feature to display voice playback during hard missions, to the addition of visual information to the encrypted vault, and various other improvements. Don't miss the first Descendants first season starting on August the 29th. All in all, to be honest, like a lot of good stuff coming in, and I am not as sad as Freyna right now, to be honest. Like that is a really good system that they're coming in. Mind blown with all the updates and like the way they are fixing stuff, and then they're on top of their game. So it's a really good game. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are. Let me know in the comments how you guys like it. So thank you guys for watching. You have yourself a wonderful day. Hbkgrand taking off for the day. Have a wonderful day, guys.